So you might have noticed that it's actually not 9:30 in the morning, which is when I normally plan to go into a live Facebook. So, but today, let's just say the elements have been against me. So, one, I moved because one of my good friends was going live and he was showing his kittens, and who's not going to go and watch that? So, I decided to go and watch that instead. And then after that, I then ended up having our builders next door. What can I only describe as using an angle grinder pretty much all day long. And bless him, my husband was also mowing the lawn because our robo lawnmower is not working. I call the Rogue, by the way. So which is broken. So it's been sort of one thing after another. And then when I did try to go live again, my mobile phone was out of charge. So anyway, whittering on. So the point is I'm now doing it finally because the builders have gone home, and as I expected, went at 4 o'clock when they finished their day. Oh, to have those hours in a day in a business. Now, I was originally going to be talking about the fact that, the why I actually started working with Arbon as an independent consultant and how it actually connects with my business, and how it helps to rejuvenate, re-energize, and all those kind of things, and sharing my husband's story. But then I was actually talking with one of my clients today, and it 100% reinforced why I do what I do and what led to me doing what I'm doing. And you're never going to believe that I have, sometimes when you are completely floored by what's been said. Now, my client, she was talking about some of the challenges that she's had. Now, my client, she's had the most amazing career. She actually ended up working in the space industry, in the UK space industry as an engineer, and was on massive projects. She went to Florida at their space agency, and she watched, like flights and all the, everything that you can imagine. That's just so exciting. Anyway, she was talking through to me, like, because when she first said that she wanted to do that as a career, things like maths and science wasn't her raison d'etre. She was in an environment where, you're basically told that you're never going to amount to anything. You're in a deprived area. People like us don't achieve those kind of things. But she's one of those characters that she never ever accepts that as a reason for why she cannot do what she's going to do. She would say that she's quite stubborn. Anyway, so she did manage to finally pass her exam. She had the support of a fantastic maths teacher and science teacher that believed in her, saw her potential and the dream that she wanted to achieve. She wanted to be someone that was preventing, for anybody that actually remembers it, preventing incidents like the Discovery that blew up in the 1970s from ever happening again, because that's a lot of lives. It was a cost, it was a cost to the families and everything like that. Yeah, being the stubborn character that she is, she decided that she wanted to go on and do something else. And not be held back by what society tells you, that you can achieve so much more, that you can be limitless, that you can thrive beyond belief, that you can achieve anything that you want to if you have a passion and purpose to achieve it, and are clear about what it is that you need to achieve. And anyway, so she did pass her A-level. She did manage to finally get into a university, but doing a foundation course that enabled her to then elevate into the engineering level. And this is what she was faced with, and this is what we have been experiencing for so many years, which causes so many incredible women to, be always trying to prove themselves, trying to elevate themselves, but through volunteering and saying yes to everything, and being all things to all men, literally, and trying to go the extra mile, you know, doubling up on their workloads, as well as having a dual role as a parent, you know, a husband, not a husband, so not a parent, but a parent, and also partner, and also the role in work, and also as someone that usually takes on the role of, you know, supporting others, because naturally caring and all those kind of things. Anyway, so she finally gets to university, she has that opportunity, and she goes into her first lecture theatre. There's 500 men in this lecture theatre, and she's the only woman, and she stands in front of the typical lecturer in one of these, you know, the tweed suits with, you know, the patches on the elbow, and you know, the corduroy trousers, and the glasses on the end of the nose, with that sort of superior way that they have. And he actually said to her, "You don't think for a second that I will be lecturing anyone that has ovaries." Now, thankfully, she's got a brilliant comeback to that. And she went, "Well, I've had a hysterectomy, so where's your problem now?" We've got that one resolved. And they ultimately had a stare-out competition. And, you know, when you're being faced with this kind of thing as a woman, there's no wonder we have the self-doubt, the limiting beliefs, those things that are going to hold us back, the need to prove ourselves, try to you know, take on lots of activities, volunteering for everything, because we're in that position where individuals are saying to us, we're not enough. Now, what I'd love to say to you is that she did a stare out with this lecturer in the engineering department, full of these 500 men that are surrounded her, and she ended up being the 5th highest results at the end of the year for this foundation in the university, and then immediately got elevated into an engineering degree, and then went on to be invited to study at the Space University in the US, and then went on to be like an engineer and project manager in the space industry in the UK. And she trained up lots of people around the world. She had a really successful career, and was there for the liftoff for the sister space rocket of the Discovery in America, in exactly the place where the Discovery blew up. So she did achieve what she wanted to achieve. So, but the point I'm making here is that it's more of a rant when, you know, people ask why women fall into these traps, the traps of burnout, why they have the self-doubt and the limiting beliefs. Because, you know, they're still struggling with the societal beliefs, the challenges that are actually taking place. And for me, it's so important for individuals to recognise that they can be so much more than either someone else tells them or that little voice inside their head tells them, because we can achieve anything that we want to. And when we have that clarity of we are limitless and we can thrive and shine beyond belief, we can be whoever we want to be, we just need to know how to get there and who we need to be in order to achieve that. And ask ourselves the question, you know, well, is that a belief? Or is that the truth? And if it is the truth, then what skills and capabilities do I need in order to navigate myself successfully through my career to achieve that? Or if it's a belief, well then, where's that coming from? And where's that whispering into your ear? And why do you believe that you can't do that? So you can then, once again, then turn around and say, okay then, so how can I reframe that belief and be able to channel it in the right way? And what do I need to achieve in order to achieve the results that I need to get to my dream career as a female? So I wanted to share that with you tonight because I could not believe that someone had categorically made that statement to her. And I have to say, I was like dumbfounded. I've had some things said to me in the engineering career, but I have to say that is the limit. so, um, so tomorrow I will be sharing with you why it's been so important for me to be able to advise and guide others to be able to re-inject vitality into their body through what they put in and on their bodies, and how it actually has an impact on their mind focus. But I'll do that tomorrow because that's my husband's story, but I don't want to dilute that. Anyway, have a fantastic evening, and yeah, enjoy the sun. Take care.